founder of Tactical Trashout, Kurtis Commet. Hi, Kurtis.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
How long has Tactical Trashout been in business?
So we started in March of 2022.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we're like a fairly new company.
That's cool.
Yeah, I worked at the post office for 6 years, and then ultimately I was doing both on the sides and had to pick one.
Yeah.
And here we are.
So, tell us how you go about starting a company like that, because you're not just doing small work, you're doing large work.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that process.
So it's really interesting, actually. When I first started, I used to do like power washing and mowing and landscaping, and everybody kept saying, "What are you going to do in the winter?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, I'll be fine. I'm going to snowplow." So I went out and bought a snowplow, and October came and it was broke, and I couldn't fix it. So November came, and I was booked out for months at a time, and then all of a sudden I had nothing. And so that was absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
I started off mainly as a junk removal company. And then obviously there have been some big changes in the area with companies getting bought out and things like that. So a lot of customers were mad. And I was like, I'm going to the dump so much as it is.
Yeah.
Why not start up a garbage service?
That's amazing.
And so I ended up getting my first 50 cans, and here we are.
Yeah. Wow.
It just keeps going.
That's cool. And of course we see the neon green. How'd you come up with that color? Just off a whim?
Green's been my favorite color since I was a kid, and my wife and I were on a trip with our family up north, and so there's another company up north, and they have green recycling cans, which are the same color that I currently have, and I was like, wow, if I could get those, I would open up a trash company. And then I found out how much trash cans cost, and I was like, oh, that's a little bit more than I thought.
That's funny.
Well, it's I think brilliant because they don't blend in to the landscape, and so if you're driving around, you see them, and you're not going to hit them.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense.
Well, and also, like, if you're at an event, too, and I think of some of the events you've done, easy to spot, and I know the event organizers like that, because if the garbage is not easy to spot, it ends up on the ground.
Yes, and nobody wants that.
No. So, veteran-owned and operated, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about some of the things you guys do. You offer the weekly garbage service, but you also offer event, junk removal. Talk a little bit about the junk removal. Some people's idea of junk is different than others.
Right. So a lot of the industry right now is going towards just like garbage in your can. And so it's very hard to get rid of like a couch or anything like that.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people or other garbage companies will send them our way, so we'll go pick it up for them. As progressively as we've started to grow, which has been nice, unfortunately the landfill prices have gone up dramatically. With the amount of customers that we're starting to get, we're able to actually drop our prices and to pick things up cheaper so we can keep it off the streets.
Let's talk a little bit about what people put in garbage cans that they shouldn't. And
remember, we did a series, we had a show. It's like, what was it called?
There was one, the Christmas tree, where you put one branch in every week.
What people throw away.
It was like, why did they throw that out? That was the name of our little segment.
What's your thought? What's your
out?
first thought when you pull up and you see there's 9 treadmills next to the garbage can?
I always wonder, like, do they think that we can fit all of that in here, or can we pick that up?
Right.
I usually just send them. We do everything through texting, so instead of, we're a paperless company, so everything goes through text and emails. So I'll just send them a message and say, hey, if you need to schedule a bulk pickup, we can come out here with a different truck, and we usually come out with a big steak rack truck, and we can fit more in it. It's a lot more accessible.
What are some things that people should not throw away in the garbage can, like paint, that people do? What are some products?
And I think they hide it too. They
well, of
cover it
course.
up
I mean, I think everyone as a kid knew you're not like it's not how you should dispose of it. So you hide it.
So the worst that I've had so far, and my customer base knows this because I had a huge post on Facebook about it, but somebody threw out live ammunition one time, and so when I was packing, it exploded.
What?
Yeah, it was terrifying, and it blew my hydraulic lines. It was a very expensive fix.
In the truck?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Scared everybody around. So
wow, were you able to trace
terrifying.
who threw this away?
No.
And then
No, I know what day it was on, and so people will throw out like used ammunition often, and
Yeah.
so I think maybe somebody just accidentally threw it away, and it was probably
Oh, that
an
had to
honest
scare the
mistake.
heck out of you.
Oh, it did. It was a very loud boom.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Other than that, you get things like one in particular that a lot of people don't know, it's actually illegal in the state of Michigan to throw out yard waste with your trash service. So we get grass clippings because it gets so hot, it generates its own heat.
Okay, well, we've got a lot of people breaking the law out here right now.
Yes.
Yeah. What about like
Including
old
me.
tube TVs? We've got
Oh, that's a junk
Yeah,
removal.
That is definitely a junk removal. Unfortunately, landfills charge a lot more for TVs because of the halogen that used to be used inside the TVs.
Yeah.
And so you can't dispose of it normally with your regular trash. It has to actually get stored separately, and then it's broken down later on throughout a very similar recycling process.
Where did you come up with the name Tactical Trashout?
That's a good question. I actually, originally when I started, I used to offer I offer property cleanouts, but we did it for like residential or commercial customers as well. And so I came up with the name Combat Cleaning, and I'm so glad that I did not keep that name because I'm not a huge fan of cleaning. And so that probably would have went a completely different route, but the name was already taken. And so I've always loved tactical, and I was like, well, I do trash outs all the time, and then it just kind of went together.
What's your service area?
Ooh, so we just gained a little bit. So we do a good majority of Jackson. We just opened up to the Brooklyn area. So now we have Brooklyn, Clark Lake, Grass Lake, Columbia Township, Blackman, Leone, Napoleon, Norval, and Summit Township. And then we just got to the city of Jackson back in March.
How many employees do you have right now?
So I have one that runs the truck.
Yes.
We're about to start hiring for a second driver.
Wow.
We just announced it on Facebook, but we actually just bought a third garbage truck.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, that's going to be on its way here, coming from Tennessee here in the next.
I was
couple
going to say,
weeks.
where do you find? Yeah, where do you find those? Are hard to find.
So hard to find.
Yeah.
You would not believe, because like since COVID happened, they've gone up in price so
Right.
much. A brand new garbage truck is like $480,000.
That's crazy.
So who would ever think that it would be that
Yeah.
much?
That's amazing. Amazing.
It's like a fire
Well,
engine.
I mean, those are
Yes.
up to over $1 million, or
Yeah.
a tow truck, over $1
Yes.
million for some of the big ones. It's amazing. But you have to have the right equipment to do the job properly.
Yes.
Well, it's a very complicated machine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Is it hard?
the smushing part.
Well, I mean, yeah. Walk us through a little bit about what that truck is actually doing.
So there's actually like a compactor on them. So it depends on which type of garbage truck you have, because you could have like a side loader, a manual side loader. You could have the trucks that come by that everybody talks now. They're the automatic side loaders.
Yes.
That pick it up and dump it.
Yeah.
We have a manual one, so we get out, we hook up the can, we dump it. Once it goes through, there's kind of like a conveyor belt packer that comes down through, and then it pushes it right to the back. Then it just smushes it as tiny as it can get.
You'll notice your, what do you call them?
Bins.
Bins.
Yes.
Bins?
Yeah.
Downtown for downtown events. You're one of the downtown event sponsors this year.
Yes.
So that's nice. I saw that. I noticed that yesterday at, I think Food Truck Tuesday you had.
Yes.
Yeah,
bins
that's
out.
great.
That's
great.
always been, it's been, I think, one of the challenges of downtown for these
think so.
events. The regular round bins, they can't accommodate all of Tiki Sam's pizza boxes.
well, there's also no lid, that helps
Right.
too. So how do you decide how many you're going to need downtown for these events?
So we just start off with more than we usually like. When we started working with the DDA, she originally said like, hey, I think it was like 4 she wanted originally, and I was like, let's just put out like 8 and see what
Yeah.
happens. And so generally, like depending on the events, more are going to go out rather than others. Like there's a hot dog eating contest that's coming up
Yeah.
for the car show here at the end of June, and we're putting out 8 for that because we know that's going to be pretty big.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It just depends. We try to put out more than we need and then hope for the best.
So what did your family think when you came home and told them you wanted to start a trash business?
So I have a stepdaughter, and she's 14, and I remember this was probably like 6 months ago. We were talking about it. I said, do any of your friends know that I own Tactical Trashout? And she was like, no, I don't think so. We don't talk about that. And I said, oh, okay. And my wife was like, yeah, it's not the flex that you think it is.
That's funny.
And so my wife actually quit her job 2 weeks ago, and now she's answering the phones and everything like that for me, because I've gotten so busy
That's
I
awesome.
can't keep up. And she started saying, I'm so busy, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that. And I was like, hey, I just want to let you know this is not the flex that you think it is.
Well, I'm sure your stepdaughter is a little bit more proud that she lets on for sure.
Yes, definitely.
How does it work? You said you just got the city of Jackson, so you have to make arrangements with the municipality in order to collect in their jurisdiction?
So it was a little bit different. We were like right around election time, and so the mayor had put out in one of the meetings that he was going to a one citywide hauler service, which if that happened, you would everybody would be forced to have the same provider. So we wouldn't be able to be in the area. And one really cool thing that we offer that a lot of the other companies don't offer is one of the biggest parts that the mayor brought up is that you have all these garbage trucks running around on the roads. And so it breaks down the roads over a period of time. We purposely use smaller trucks to go on the road so we're not doing as much damage to the roads.
Yeah, and I think that was I think the mayor indicated that was a mistake. He wasn't intending to bring that to the council.
And that's a topic that's been brought up for years over council the last 20 years.
It's never going to come back.
Yes, he assured me. I actually spoke with him on the phone.
Yeah,
that's when we did open up to the city.
for sure. Yeah.
Cool. All right, well, congratulations on your new business.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for coming in
thank you.
today.
Thank you.
Kurtis Commet, owner of Tactical Trashout. More of the morning show after this.